Good Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the RedDriver Mighty Midget Series season finale. Both races very important this evening, and they are important because the two drivers that are in the points for championship 2024 C season are here tonight. Bo Brandon has an 89-point advantage and the only driver mathematically alive to challenge him for that. Well, that guy wins a lot of races here. Cody Parmley, the 16 car. And you can bet that he will be up to the challenge. There's a lot of points that are going to be available because there's a limited amount of drivers. Don't know if it's because hurricane or what it is, but some of the drivers have not made it in tonight. And season finale, sometimes you get that. I think I explained this Monday night, is that sometimes you're going to get this. You're going to get into the season, guys are out of the points, and they're going to do something different. We'll look at our Ironman standings. It is 192 points from Bo Brandon back to Craig Silby, 194 to Gerlach, 284 to Barros, and Krikorian 381. With the finale here tonight and then one more season before we close out 2024, Mr. Brandon just needs to keep doing what he's doing, and I'm pretty sure he has a lock. 8 different trips to this speedway with 7 different winners. This is one of the most diverse winning tracks. We have 7 different drivers. Only one driver has doubled up, and he swept the night, and that was Brennan Rogers back in April of this year. Barrow, Silby, Brandon all have a win at this speedway as we get ready for our first heat race. It's going to be Craig Silby and Bobby Yankee on the front row, the 7 on the inside, the 28 on the outside. Parmley, the 16 on the inside of row 2, next to his nemesis in the points, the 49 of Bo Brandon. Those guys all going to make it through. I do not think we will have a dash tonight. I think we will just go racing for it. In the 8 races, only 6 drivers have made all 8 starts. Billy Barros is one of those drivers. Bo Brandon, David Krikorian, Josh Gerlach, Wayne Anelski, and Mike Geppert. Geppert and Anelski are not here. Surprising. Josh Gerlach has all of his starts at Kern County in the top 10 as finishes. And Billy Barros has completed the most laps here of 455. 450 have been completed. So, don't forget about next week. We run the charity race for the kids. It is going to be Wednesday and Thursday, so we'll be on both days for you. Getting ready to go, Green.
Green flag.
Out of 4, Craig Silby on the loud pedal. And he's going to bring him out at 2 down the back stretch. He's got a pretty good lead, half a second already on Yankee. Brandon in there in the 3rd spot. Here comes Parmley. Parmley's going to go after Brandon. He's going to get the spot runner right down the bottom. Man, he's got the left side tires up on the berm, almost in the infield. Oh, this time a little too feisty getting up on that berm. He got the car up there, got it out of shape, and had to back off. Brandon now trying to reel in Yankee, and he is going to try to do that berm ride deal right there. Looks like it really puts a lot of weight on the right rear tire, gets it down in that sticky stuff. You're probably getting a pretty good bite, but if you miss it by just a hair, it's going to hurt you. Coming around, 3 to go. Craig Silby still has the lead. Yankee still second. And Brandon and Parmley. This is the inside row for the feature, from front to back. These two getting at it. Craig Silby out front, almost 9/10 of a second. It's going to stretch out to that right here as we're getting ready to come to the white flag. It looks like it'll be an easy 9/10 to almost a second. Wow, big run that time by. And the white flag out over the speedway. Silby in control, 1.3 seconds. Yankee, no real challenge now. I mean, Brandon is right there, but he is not close enough to do anything. And Parmley's going to come in a tight fourth right there. So, Heat 1, Session 1 in the books. This is the random draw for Heat Session. We'll get ready for Heat 2. It's going to be pretty small again. 4 cars. Gerlach the 71, Krikorian the 66. That'll be your front row. Then Brochart in the 93 and Barros in the 38, making up row number 2. No doubt everybody's going to the show. Now, do not forget about next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday live shows. ERA on Tuesday, and then the Mighty Midget's back Wednesday and Thursday for the Mini Nationals. 2 nights of racing. All right, 1 to go this time. Pace truck will get out of the way. We'll get ready for another quick heat race. Gerlach getting them started. He'll get the green flag. What a big jump. That was a great start for the 71. Krikorian going to grab second. Barros went from the outside of the second row. He's up to third right there. Jumped around Brochart. Trying to reel in Krikorian. Krikorian not giving up on Gerlach here. Got that cut down line and got alongside. Going to keep Josh up there right by the marbles. Gerlach will use that momentum to propel himself back to the front. Oh, Krikorian clipped the berm. That may lose second for him. Barros got alongside, and if Barros can run the high side right here and keep that momentum up, he's going to scoot right on by David. And he'll do just that. Now he'll go into attack mode and try to chase down Mr. Gerlach. Gerlach bringing the car back down to the middle in 3 and 4. Not staying married to that top side. He does it in 1 and 2. Tries to use that short cut down right there. Three to go. Heat 2. Barros trying to reel him in. Just not having a lot of success because Gerlach has found a little bit of rhythm and a good spot on the track to run. Krikorian is right there. Brochart not far behind. Well, we'll get around. White flag of this time. 1 more lap in the heat race. Gerlach, Krikorian, Barros, and Brochart should line up on the outside row for the 35-lap feature. Indeed, Mr. Gerlach picks up the win. Krikorian second. Barros held on for third, but Brochart got close right there at the end. Wasn't too far behind. Field said, I don't believe we were going to have a dash. I don't even think they'll redraw in this one. We've seen that before. A little smaller fields, and they don't do the redraw. Been a minute, but we've seen it. Everybody going to get back out on the racetrack. Try to iron this thing down a little more. Maybe try to give us a couple of at least 2 or 3 lanes of racing here. They would really like to wear that top down a little bit. Somebody probably ought to wear the bottom down. Yeah, we're confirming some things with race control. They're going to run some of this down. They want to iron the track down a little bit, which makes a lot of sense. We'd really like to, even on a small field, we'd like to see a really, really good competitive race. We don't want one line to be too dominant, at least not for too long. Yeah. Confirmation given. We will not have a dash. We will not have a redraw. We are just going to let these guys run this down. Down to nothing or down to next to nothing as far as the time, so that we can iron this speedway down just a little bit. Yeah, Ron, he just needs to have a couple of really good races. Even if Parmley wins, he just needs to finish second or third in each. 89 points is a lot to make up. And with a very small field, it's going to be really hard for Parmley to make those up. But I'm not going to say that it can't be done. If you want to run the Mini Nationals with these guys next week, don't forget to go register. MiniNationals.net, codeesports.com, where you can do that. Doesn't say where he needs to finish. All the information I have, I don't have a first race finishes X locks it up. I think starts it tonight, and he probably locks it up. Craig Silby will start out back tonight. He will be the hot shoe. He swept last week. So he will start out back tonight. We are just a couple of weeks away from 5 nights a week, basically. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Going to be back on our schedules, it looks like. Oh, that around the 20th or the 27th, we will get started doing pretty much every night of the week. You'll get a show on Sunday, 2 on Monday, a show on Tuesday, probable show every other or every Wednesday, and then 2 on Thursday. Mars is moving back to Sundays. DSRL will have both shows on Monday, ERA on Tuesday, possibly Midwest Truck Series on Wednesday. Maybe not for every show, but for a lot of them. And then these guys will be back on Thursday night. So lots and lots of racing. Reed Brochart making a few laps here. Bo Brandon is also out there making some laps. He's really just in the catbird seat. He needs to have a good run. In show 1, I think show 2 is a victory lap for him. I don't think points can be made up in show 2 if he probably just starts the race. That's, I mean, 8th place is worst he can do. That's enough points probably to put him over the top, even if Parmley wins, I think. Regardless of what happens, whichever driver actually ends up with the championship, it will be a new champion. It will be their first Mighty Midgets title. Unfortunately, Brandon Rogers on vacation for I guess a month. I'm not sure. He's on vacation, and he'll be back for the Mini Nationals next week. But he has missed about 4 weeks of racing after a beautiful start to the season. He has missed the last half of it, and he had the points lead until we started racing last week. He had done so well over the season, so. Bo Brandon with 12 podium finishes. Consistency is everything. And he did a great job of keeping himself in a position so that if a driver did miss a race, he could get in there and get this championship in hand. Now, just needs to have 2 good finishes. Title's all his. We are going to line them up for 35 laps. This is how we'll start them. The 7, the Kiwi Conqueror, Craig Silby, on the pole, and to his outside, the 71 of Josh Gerlach. Second row to the inside. The 28, that's Bobby Yankee. And he'll have the 66 of David Krikorian on his outside. Points leader, Bo Brandon. Row 3 to the inside in the 49 car. And then the 38 of Billy Barros, former series champion, will be on his outside. Cody Parmley, only driver mathematically alive to challenge for the title. Starts on the back row on the inside, and he'll have the 93 of Reed Brochart on his outside. Our 8 cars, 35 laps. Oh, 40 laps tonight. Sorry, 40. 40 laps. Read the copy a little better, sir. That was what I was told. Ouch. We'll get the green flag the next time. We'll keep them single file. 1 lap, then we'll double them back up. Craig Silby will be dropping to the back of the field for hot shoe from last week's sweep. That will move Josh Gerlach to the pole with Yankee on the outside. Then Krikorian and Brandon, Barros and Parmley, and Brochart and Silby. I'd forgotten about moving Silby off the pole. All right, we'll come by this time, and then we'll double this field up. We'll get ready to go green. 40 laps. We have not. This will be race number 9 here. Yankee doesn't have a win here. I'm going to say, no, I think Brochart actually might have a win here. I have to go back and look at that copy, but. And the green flag in the air. Gerlach getting them started pretty well. We're showing Silby as the leader. We need to catch this up. I'm not sure what's going on here. Still showing Silby as the leader. Wonder if he ran around and just grabbed. He did. He ran around and just grabbed. He didn't fall to the back. He just drove around. Oh, caution coming out. Caution. Do we not have caution? There we go. Let's go watch, because David Krikorian, I think, is going to get way out to the fence here. No, it was Cody Parmley that got out and touched the fence, and then he collects. Oh, and then Craig Silby went for an ugly ride on the front stretch. So Parmley was the one that clipped the fence. I actually thought it was Krikorian, and he shot across and then got turned again, but it was not. So the Kiwi Conqueror will not have the opportunity to come from the back and try to make it 3 wins in a row. Parmley's sitting there in turn 2. He's rolling now. And Krikorian went to the back. His car looks like maybe he's having a steering issue. I'm not sure. I have to try to get a closer look at that and see. I think we got to fix some stuff. We'll have to go a lap or 2 and see, but I think we got to fix some stuff. I got drivers showing laps down here, and I don't think that's correct. They should all be on the same lap, except for Craig Silby, who is in the pits. So Gerlach will get us restarted. Brandon running second.
Green, green, green.
If that doesn't update, Brandon, Yankee, Barros, Brochart through the top 5. Parmley is 6th. He is not going to be able to improve on that because it's showing him a lap down. I think he waited for the pace car, and he probably shouldn't have. He might have been told to. Gerlach still out in front. Bo Brandon trying to reel him in. Long time 34 laps still to go in this. It's a lot of racing, even on this small track. Top two starting to get away from third place. Bobby Yankee just a touch. Barros is still right there. Parmalee is up here. He is being scored a lap down. I don't know what happened to the scoring. We're going to have to try to fix that because right now David Krikorian is way back, but he's showing off the lead lap. He should still be on the lead lap. He and Parmalee both. Coming around. We're going to be at 10 laps completed this next time by. Brandon not giving up on this, man. He made a good run through the middle of 3 and 4, moved Gerlach a little wider, and he may have the lead here. Out of 2, Gerlach got a good run down low. It's going to be a lot to try to get around Brandon as he closes that entry line up. He'll keep the lead. Gerlach second. Yankee hanging on for third. Barros is right there. Parmalee is right there, and unfortunately, Parmalee running in, well, what would be fourth place now, still being scored in sixth. He's a lap down. He's going to have to get his lap back the hard way. And he may not get it back at all. And now Billy Barros and Cody Parmalee both going for a ride right there as Parmalee caught some fence on the front stretch. And he'll go to the back and start the trek back through the field once again. Brochard up to fourth. Yankee still third. Gerlach is now second. And Bo Brandon, well, he's starting to get away. And if he wins this, I'm pretty sure that'll clinch it. That will seal the deal for the championship if he picks up this win here. He still has 26 laps to stay out in front, though. I don't think we're going to see him getting too awful low getting into these corners. Parmalee, Brochard, that's Yankee. Is Parmalee making another charge through the field? Scoring still showing him a lap down. He's running in the fourth spot on the racetrack, but it's showing him in sixth. And he just looks like he's on a mission right now. Gerlach trying to run that bottom. He's giving up some distance. Slides up the track, cuts off the exit line. Parmalee just cuts right underneath him. Just keeps on trucking. 2.5 seconds to make up, but he's got 20 laps to do it. And now, Parmalee going to go to the high side. Usually likes to run the bottom, but here at Kern, he is keeping it way out wide. And Bo Brandon trying to do the same out in front. Still the fastest car on the racetrack right now. This time by stopwatch says 14.55 to a 14.85. So he is hauling the mail right now. 16 to go. Parmalee runs second on the track. He's shown sixth. I think that's an incorrect scoring error right there. I do think he is actually second right now. He is still running laps slower than the leader. He is not reeling in Bo Brandon. Brandon will be down to 15 laps to go. He is about 6 or 7 tenths behind. It's actually further than that. It's a couple of seconds behind. hard to judge it, hard to score it. It's going to be about 2 seconds at the line, about 1.8 at the line that time. He's trying to chase the leader down. That time he was considerably quicker than Bo was. Bo back to the slider line. Low in on the entry, drifts it out to the middle. Identical lap times that time for the two out front. 11 to go this time by. The interval shrinking. Brandon was a lot quicker the last time. He's trying out all kinds of lines now. And he's losing time when he goes to the bottom. There goes Parmley. Parmley in on the bottom. Parmley shows him he's there. Now what will Brandon do? Goes back to his slider line. That was keeping the gap open. He'll do it down in 1 and 2. Parmley went to the bottom again. Could not find the bite. 8 laps this time. Parmley's going way out wide. He's going to cut down while Brandon uses the slider, and he's going to get close. He had to check up a little so he didn't get into the back of the 49. But he has gone to the cut down line, and in 1 and 2, it's working. Brandon is waiting for the car right here. And now he's running the cut down in 3 and 4, and it's not working nearly as well. 6 to go that time, and Brandon was quite a bit quicker. Now Brandon way out wide. He'll stay out wide. Wave lap. 5 to go. Watching our top two. This time Parmley finds some bite on the bottom. Brandon waited a long time for the car, but he's got a lot of momentum on exit. Parmley still around the bottom. Brandon finding all the momentum up top. 3 to go. Got to hold him off for a couple more laps. We'll see if Parmley finds something. He's trying everything, every line he can try. Two to go this time by session number 1 feature. Oh, this time big slip out of Brandon, and Parmley gets there. Brandon will fight back on the top. Can he use the cut down and get there and get alongside? We're coming to the white, and it is a drag race. Cut down for Parmley. That ought to do it. Parmley out front. He just unlapped himself on the scoring pylon. We're going to have to wait and see how that gets scored. To make it official. iRacing says that Bo Brandon's the winner. Gerlach second, Yonke in third. We'll see who pulls up on the front stretch. And that's how we're going to do it. So we will look at what this is about. We'll make sure. Okay, I'm going to grab I'm going to grab Bobby Yonke. I'm going to talk to him first. Bobby, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. Well, podium finish here to close the season out.
Yeah, definitely nice to get back on the podium again this season. Got a little lucky with the starting position there with Craig getting the EOL. But yeah.
Yeah, I got the official word that actually with the scoring issue, they actually are going to score you fourth. But you're in here. We're going to talk to you anyway. It doesn't matter. So, just for clarification purposes, we were talking about it during the whole broadcast that we didn't understand why Parmley and Krikorian were shown a lap down because it was just an incident and that should have froze the field. But, hey, you know what? The three of you pulled up here. I'm going to talk to the guys that pulled up. So, we're going to talk about it. We're closing the season out here with the 2 races tonight at Kern. And then next week we got the Mini Nationals. I-55, is that one of your most favorite or least favorite places to go race?
I-55 definitely has some great racing, and a lot of guys are coming out for the Mini Nationals, going to a great cause, so excited to be part of it.
All right, man. Well, give me a couple of shout-outs real quick before we let you get out of here.
Yeah, shout out to Kurt Vincent Racing, Traffic Jam Speed Shop, and my wife Bailey and my son Mikey. Good to talk to you, Roger.
All right, man. Good luck in show number 2, buddy.
Thank you.
Bobby Yonke, get to talk to him real quick. We got the message from Race Control a little late, so we're actually going to talk to the 3rd place driver now. Josh Gerlach, scoring snafu makes it complicated to bring the drivers in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with the scoring there, but 1 yellow, and yeah, congrats to Cody. He had a heck of a drive there. That was an interesting race.
Yeah, got up there and got it at the very end. I think maybe, trying to get away from everybody, and Bo maybe used his stuff up a little. We'll ask him in a minute. But you held on for a long time there and faded in the last, 10 or 15 laps.
Yeah, it's a long race, longer than we normally have, and I kind of wanted to take it easy a little bit in the beginning because saving tires, or I'm pretty good at using tires, not saving tires. And just kind of got away from me there with no yellows, and feels like I probably settled into where I deserve to be, and yeah, that's about it, honestly.
Well, it's been a fun season anyway, man, and you're the only driver, I think, to have all top 10 finishes at this track since we've been here, and you keep that streak alive.
Yeah, I wish we had more cars tonight. I'm not sure what happened, but I'll take another top 10, top 5. Bo finished ahead of me in the Ironman again, so that won't help there. But clean races, podiums, I'll take them every time.
Well, the 2nd place finish, even though Cody won it, are the points pretty much over at this juncture with 1 race to go?
I'm actually we're kind of counting points here right now. It looks like after this race here, Bo is up to a 100-point lead. So.
Even with the win from
even with the scoring correction with that little issue with Cody,
okay,
I believe that counted it right. So yeah, I think that Bo's pretty much wrapped it up.
All right. Well, we just wanted to know, so we get ready for the victory lap in session 2. Man, give me your shout outs real quick before we let you get out of here.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody that has made this season possible. First off, RedDriver Marketing Solutions. Make sure you follow RedDriver Marketing on all the social platforms. It's a big help with Brennan and everybody over there helping us out. Dirt Racing Network putting us out in front of everybody again this season. Looking forward to doing that again next week with the Mini Nationals and then next season as well. Sign up at netcodesports.com if you like racing fixed setup dirt midgets. Then otherwise, Netcode brands, SimWrap Market, Always Race Day, and Victory Fuel. Use Netcode at checkout for 10% off Victory Fuel.
All right, man. Appreciate you chatting with us. Good luck in session 2.
Thank you, Roger.
That's Josh Gerlach. He finishes in 3rd place. Our 2nd place driver, and he kind of is going to wrap up the points anyway with the 2nd place finish. I know on the scoring pylon it shows that driver 49 picked up the win, but Bo Brennan, officially they're going to score you 2nd in this one due to some kind of electronic scoring issue with the 16 car.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm getting pretty comfortable finishing 2nd to him. He was driving real hard catching me, and I must have just used it up, or I don't know, lack of skill. He's really good. So props to him. Congrats on the win for him. But I need to hear officially, but I might be the champion. I don't know. That's pretty cool.
You just, I think, have to show up for the next race, actually. I just got done talking to the powers that be, and I think you just have to show up for the next one. So we're gonna ask you You did a great job in this one. Expectations should be the same in race number 2. Victory lap. How are you going to keep the 16 car behind you in that one?
Man, it's tough. He's so good. I don't feel like this is a very good track for me, and even though I've won here before and I led most of that race, it's a really tight track, really tricky to pass, and yeah, I feel like I've gotten more lucky than not here, and as far as I need a little bit of that luck just to beat that 16. He's really fast, really good. I'm gonna give it my shot, and maybe the track is a little bit more friendly to my style of driving, and he has to get through some adversity. I'm not really sure what it's gonna take. So, yeah, it'd be nice to catch a win against him. I've gotten awfully close a lot here and in other series, and so, man, I keep finishing second to him on the last lap. It seems like last 3 or 4 times I've raced him. So. It is what it is. He's just a little better than me, and he proves it night in, night out.
All right, man. Well, we're going to wish you good luck in session number 2 as soon as you give us your shout-outs and thank yous. And, man, you know what? No matter what, we're going to talk to you at the end of the next one anyway.
Yeah, well, I'll save it for then. How about that? But Variax.com for all your e-commerce needs. Mighty good marketing. I'd like to thank my wife. Shout out to my mom. She hurt herself a little bit, and that's bumming me out a little bit. She's okay, but she's banged up, and that's no fun. So send love her way and some prayers, and to my dad as well for taking care of her.
Outstanding. Well, I can make it official for you. Load into the next session, and the 49 car is officially the champion. But don't ride around out there with a big smile on your face. Keep the nose to the grindstone and see if you can put a victory lap in tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, and I'm still trying to stretch out that Ironman point lead. So I'm not showing up. That's for sure.
All right, man. Well, good luck in session 2. We'll definitely talk to you when it's over, one way or another.
Thanks, Roger.
That is Bo Brand. He finished second. Our apologies to Cody Parmley. Just did not get the official scoring before we started interviews, but he did win session number 1, and even that was not enough to fend off the points battle or to chop the points battle down between he and Brandon. Brandon just has to load into the session, and there's enough points there with him loading in for him to be officially the 2024 C RedDriver Mighty Midget Series champion. So that and trying to go for the Ironman, which he has a commanding lead in. It's not something that drivers do every season, win a individual title and win the Ironman. So that will be something that's going to be very special for him. But we're going to get ready for session 2. We are not going to go away. We're going to put our beautiful logo up. We are going to get my man, and I saw him on social media today, so I think everything is really good for him and his family down in Florida. Even though they were in the path on the back side of that thing, it was already down to really just a really big tropical depression by the time it got to them. And he was in Vegas, but his dad was still in Port Orange, and I think they got a lot of rain and some other stuff, but I think everything appeared to be okay from what I saw on his socials. We're very happy about that, but we're going to play some music nonetheless from him, and we're going to swap servers, and we'll be back with show number 2 here momentarily. Oh, that was completely wrong. We forgot to reload.
Wake up in the morning about 12 p.m. Too much Jack and too much Jim. My head's still pounding like a big bass drum. I reaching over for an aspirin, but they're already gone. Another crazy night in this cowboy's life. 'Cause I do what I wanna, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage stage and give the fans my heart. Singing every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Now along this road there's a lot I learned, and everything I got I worked hard to earn. I give it all up because I love my fans, but if you don't like me, well, I don't give a damn. It ain't hard to see why people want to live like me. It's cause I do what I want, I do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, sing it every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. We roll into town, got a country swagger, keep the music turned up and got moves like Haggard. You can find us hanging out every night. It's a little bucked up, but we're all alright. Don't hurt the dream. Hey, let me hear you sing that I do what I want, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, cause thanks to them, I'm a big old star. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Hillbilly rock star. You don't love me like you used to, if you still love me at all. I ain't a fool and I can read that writing on the wall. Well, it's clear to see you want so bad to leave me here alone. No time to cry, so I guess that I'll just have to move along. You don't wanna break my heart, yet you still wanna go. And how I dread to hear the sound of closing of the door. And I know your love is dying and you wanna be set free. So get it done, it's time to run, baby, here's your chance to leave. I've done everything a man can do to keep you satisfied. The only thing I've got to show is gonna be a good goodbye. And but I'm so sick and tired of your good for nothing games. So when you're all alone, at least you won't have me to blame. You don't wanna break my heart and you still wanna go. How I dread to hear the sound of closing of the door. And I know your love is dying and you wanna be set free. So get it done, it's time to run. Said here's your chance to leave. Don't ever bother coming back my way. I'm tired of all those silly games you play. And you won't find me hanging around here all along. And cause the second that you leave, I'm gonna be long gone. Hey! That's right. Don't come back. Whoa, you don't wanna break my heart and you still wanna go. And how I dread to hear the sound of closing of the door. And I know your love is dying and you chance to leave. Girl, I love the way you look at me, and though I've seen it many times, when I hear you whisper, baby, please, well, it tears me up inside. And no other woman's ever done this before. You're all I need, and I want nothing more. I just want to be your man, hold you close as tight as I can. I wanna show you what you mean to me. I wanna make sure you understand that I just want to be your man. I've been thinking about you all day long, and the things I'd like to do. Now that you and me are all alone, I just can't wait to love on you. I guess that's what I'm really trying to say. Is
All right, folks, we are back in between sessions. Apparently, we're going to pick up some kind of technical glitch. We are going to continue to try to work on this some. It's going to drive me absolutely insane. I do not understand why it won't reload. Let's try something else. Yeah, we're getting nothing out of them right now. I don't understand this. This hasn't happened in a while, but it's going to happen again tonight, especially on championship night. I don't know. Oh, that was Bobby Yankee down on the inside track right there. Gonna be interesting because we will not have lap counts unless we do it manually. We'll try, but we haven't been able to get this to go yet.
another Saturday drinking through my salary, half cigarette burning in the ashtray.
Guys are going to go out for qualifying. We're going to keep an eye on that for you guys manually. That's funny. We're getting all the info. We are just not getting a heads up. But Craig Sylvie on the track, Billy Barros out. Here we go. Now maybe we're going to get going. That was weird. That was really weird. I don't know why it took 4 minutes to get going here. But drivers on the track. Top 5 in qualifying locked in. The other 3 are going to have to go race for it. I don't know what they're racing for. Just some extra laps. But hey, whatever it takes to get us to the feature. Now Reed Brochart, Billy Barrows, 14.68. Craig Silby. I'm not really sure. Craig must be wanting to start at the back. Parmley out here, and he is going to go for the pole. I guarantee you. Bo Brandon will be going for the pole. Reed Brochart for 14.46. For his lap time, put him top of the speed chart. Parmley, fourth quick, 15.02. Bo Brandon went third quick right there. And 15.52. This time Parmley clips the inside. Bo Brandon shuts it down. David Krikorian putting in laps. Josh Gerlach, guy on the high seat. He is looking down, waiting to see who, if anyone, is going to knock him off. Krikorian, seventh quick. Slap number 2, Krikorian. Goes a little quicker, and he bumps Gerlach out. He goes fourth quick, 14.61. That will mean Brochart, Barros, Brandon, Krikorian, and Yonke get the lock-in top 5 spots. Gerlach, Parmley, and Silby. What a LCQ. Just the 3 cars, but all 3 of them very good, very fast cars. Going to go out here and race to get back in the redraw. Going to be a fun one. We're just watching David Krikorian. He is just out here trying to work the track down a little more. Championship decided last race. Bo Brandon logged into session number 2. That officially makes him our champion. Peacemaker. I don't even know what they're doing. So he will be on a victory lap of sorts. We'll see if that victory lap is an actual victory. But he will be on a victory lap of sorts. Right now, Gerlach, Parmley, and Silby are all going to get it going here in this LCQ. You're going to have 12 laps. The winner is going to get to grab the redraw spot. All 3 drivers rolled off. Saw all these guys in session 1. Parmley ends up coming up with the win with a scoring glitch. It did show him in about 5th place or 6th place. Gerlach finished in at 3rd. Silby ended up upside down on like lap 3. Started with the hot shoe. He had to start out back, and he just had a rough go of it. Tight, tough little track. Everybody trying to vie for all the real estate they could possibly come up with. We're getting ready to go green right here. Gerlach getting on the throttle. He'll grab the quick lead. Silby went right after Parmley right on the start. And he moved Cody to the back. Silby with the slider up the hill. Didn't go all the way. Left enough of the door open that Gerlach drove right back by. Now they almost touched down 1-2. They may have just bumped tires. I think Gerlach got the car in, got it a little offline. Silby was on a perfect line and slid right up there, and they just barely touch. Now we'll go Slider City here early. Gerlach back to the point. Silby around the top side. Can he grab the lead out of 4? Yes, he can. Craig Silby leads lap number 3. Gerlach and Parmley might just be laying in the weeds a little bit here. Just trying to stay in touch and seeing in the last 3, 4, 5 laps, maybe he can make a bigger run. and go get all these guys. He'll have a tough time going and getting Craig Silby. Might have a pretty tough time getting Josh Gerlach as well. Gerlach ran very good in session number 1. Track already looks like it's a tad bit more worn out. Here comes Parmley, drove it in there really deep, and a good job finding the binders right there. 6 to go. He almost pancaked himself and Gerlach up there in turn 4. Gerlach's having a little bit of a problem here, especially in 1 and 2. That car is getting way out of shape. And Parmley's not going to press the issue. Craig Silby is going to go stretch some legs. He didn't get to run very many laps in the feature earlier, so he is going to see what this car can do out here. He'd like to get in the redraw, draw the pole, and maybe try to run away and hide from all these guys. And win 3 of the last 4 races. Gerlach is still second, but Parmley's closing back in. Loses ground out of 4 that time. 2 to go, the signal for Craig Silby. This time, Gerlach with a weird slider line, and it kind of cost him some distance. Parmley is right there. He knows what he needs to do. He's just looking for that opening to go do it. Silby went under the white flag. Looks like he is going to get into the redraw here. Last lap, last corner. And Parmley looks content to sit there and follow Gerlach to the finish. Those two will start on the back row side by side here in just a few moments. But Craig Silby puts himself back into the redraw for the pole. We'll get that momentarily from race control. And I think after we do, these guys might only have a very short warm-up period, and they will get ready to finish this season off with the final 40-lap feature here in the 2024 C Season 4 RedDriver Mighty Midgets. Quick advancement. We may just see a heads up with the small field. I'm not really sure. I have not gotten a message. We're waiting. Just waiting to see, and I think we may not. We may not have any redraws, any dashes. We may be just going right at it here tonight. We do get it at the last second, but it doesn't look like it really changed. Looks like they just went heads up because Brochart and Barros are on the front row. Brandon and Krikorian are in row 2, and Yonke and Silby are in row 3. Now, I think maybe we might have had a couple of cars swapped there because I want to say that Yonke was a little further up than 5th. I have to go back and look at qualifying, and we could do that, but they may have just decided to do this heads up. So Yonke, Barros, Brandon, Brochart, Krikorian, and Silby, top 6. Gerlach, Parmley, definitely going to be 7 and 8. But it looks like Bobby Yonke going to go right to the pole. He finishes 4th in the first session. We talked to him after the race before we got the scoring update. Thought he had finished 3rd. He ended up finishing 4th. But he is going to start on the pole here for this second session. Bo Brandon on a victory lap. All 40 of them, to be exact. As he is the 2024 C season champion.
Green, green, green.
So we'll go another lap. We'll double everybody up. We'll get ready to cut them loose for 40. Green flag. Thank God I didn't have to try to count this manually because that would have been horrific. Would have been pretty scary to try to count 40 of these laps and still work our way through the field. All right, we're going to double them up. We're waiting for Bobby Yankee to get into turns 3 and 4. He'll jump on the loud pedal. He'll get us started. See where the 49 and the 16 shake out at the end of this one. 7 car back up in here again, and he swept last week. So we'll see if Craig Silby, he was pretty quick in that B main just a minute ago. So see what he can do. But the green flag officially out. Yankee has the lead. Barros and Brandon fighting for second. Silby in fourth. Beauchart way wide. Up the hill. 3 and 4. Opens the door. Krikorian going to try to sneak in there and take fifth away. It looks like a rush hour. Bo Brandon's going to throw the bomb slider up in front of Yankee. Brandon's going to lead lap number 3. Yankee second, Barros third, Silby's fourth, Beauchart, Krikorian still battling for fifth. Parmley just now working his way past Gerlach on the high side. Bo Brandon out front. He would like to see this thing stay green, and he would like to just drive away from the field. Barros now up to second. Silby around the top side takes third away from Yankee. So in the span of a lap, Yankee went from second to fourth. Beauchart has fifth for the moment as Parmley got around Krikorian right there. And Parmley down the bottom of the left front up on the curb, and he is really trying to ride that curb. Keep that weight pinned back on that right rear tire. Down here in 3 and 4, drives that left front up on the curb. Gets that car wedged over on the right rear, and he's getting a lot of drive there. 1 and 2, he is not staying locked in on the bottom. He's running a little bit of a slider line, and it seems to be working. He is gaining on Beauchart. He clears him. So put Parmley up to fifth, and he's only about 1.7 seconds in the back of driver 49. Caution for the first time. Craig Silby's going to have an issue, and Silby's night does not improve. Looked pretty good there, getting down the back. Oh, yeah, you know what? That is probably the worst place on this track to touch the fence. As it pulls your car to the right, and that's where that opening is, and that next piece of wall juts out at an angle, and that's what he hit. He's rolling. I don't know how the suspension look. It looks like the wheels are pretty straight. Right front maybe just a tad towed out. So that slows everything down and brings everybody closer. Parmley is up to the fourth spot. A sweep of the night tonight, as he did win race 1. It wouldn't be enough for him to close in on Brandon because Brandon is up here at the front. Likely to finish first, second, or third no matter what, and that's just enough points. You cannot make up enough to snatch it away from him. So we're going to talk to Bo Brandon at the end of this no matter what. His first ever Mighty Midgets title.
Green flag, green flag.
And he's back on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. Barros still second. Yankee bounced the car into 1 and 2, and I thought Parmley was going to just pounce on him. Just wasn't quite open enough, and Parmley very smart, very heady. He'll use that bottom in 3 and 4. He'll get alongside. Now he jumps on him like a rat on a Cheeto. Here in 3 and 4, Parmley is liable to pull third away from Yankee. Not quite enough. Bobby Yankee, a good job up top fighting. Keep his spot. Now needs to drive out of 2, and he's going to get it. So Yankee using the top side to his advantage, keeping the momentum up. He's fending off Cody Parmley. For the moment, anyway. This track perfect for these cars. The right size, got the right amount of banking. The corners are just big enough on the inside and absolutely perfect, I believe, on the outside for you to keep a lot of throttle in the car and just kind of ride the rim right here As you see, Bo Brandon doing exactly that. This battle may be over now as Parmley finally gets around Yonke for third. And the 16 will focus on the back of the 38, see if he can run him down and get past him before we get too far into this. And he doesn't have enough laps to run Bo Brandon down. He did it with 2 to go last time around. Snatched the lead there coming to the last lap and just kind of cruised. Inching in. Barros through the middle, found a little something, but he got the front tires off the ground and the car quit steering, and he had to roll back out of it, and that allowed Parmley to use that middle to pull up alongside, and he is still there getting back to 1 and 2. We saw this exact same thing happen with Yonke a few minutes ago. And now Parmley moves himself in. He is going to be here. At the halfway point, he is going to be up to second. And he's going to have 20 laps. Got about 22 now to figure out what he's going to do with Bo Brandon. Barros not giving up on that. If he can get a little bit of momentum through the top side, maybe cut down and just squeeze that exit off of Parmley, he may be able to take second right back from him. I just think 1 and 2, he's losing too much ground up on the top. Car's getting too sideways. Parmley keeps making mistakes down there on that berm, and he's going to leave the door open for Barros. We are halfway. 20 in, 20 to go. Final race of the season. And Bo Brandon has led a lot of laps in both features tonight. He did not win session number 1. Accumulated enough points to lock himself the champion. Can he hang on and make it a true victory lap here? We're going to have to see, because Parmley may just be in stealth mode right here. He is just cruising, stalking, waiting. He's going to see when the tires go away on the 49. He's going to see if one of the lines go away. He's the only car that's really locked in on the bottom right now, and that's giving him a huge advantage down in 3 and 4. We're used to seeing Bo Brandon as a bottom feeder. But Brandon running the slide. He knows the right line to run here. Parmley just is able to close in a couple of feet here, a couple of feet there. And when he locks it in right there on the bottom, gets that car wedged over on the right rear. Now down here in 1 and 2, this line is letting him see. He's able to drive a little harder through the entry to the corner. And he is just getting closer and closer and closer to being able to let that slider go all the way to the fence and close Bo Brandon out. Right there, that little spurt right through the center. That time he wasn't able to use the exit. 13 laps to go this time. Can Bo Brandon finally just hang on? And now we see Parmley switch like he did in session number 1. And he is going to the high side. He's going to start using that cut down line. He'll get a little closer here, and he will go in high in 1 and 2, cut the car down early, and try to make that backstretch super long. He's letting Brandon get there. Brandon knows he's right on him. He knows he's close, and he is going to have to go a little harder. That's what Parmley wants. He wants him to have to go just a little bit harder, maybe use that right rear tire up a little bit faster. We're coming down to the 10 to go mark. Lap times almost identical last time by. Almost identical this time by. Parmley a whisker faster every time, and here comes that cut. Now, is he going to go all the way wide and keep it out there? He shoves the right front down for Brandon. Brandon gave him a little bit of room, but not a lot. Parmley, discretion being the better part of valor, he went ahead and backed the car up. It's 8 to go, and Parmley hounded him, pressuring him. Needs that mistake, wants that mistake, almost got that mistake right there. And now he may have everything he needs right here in 3 and 4. He'll stay out wide. Not quite close enough this time. Six to go. Brandon just trying to find a way to keep the 49 in front of the 16. And there's the cut down. Parmalee didn't have enough room to get the run. He's close. 1 and 2. He is so close. He knows if Brandon changes his line, he'll be able to do something just a little different. He just doesn't have that exit angle. He's not alongside of him. He's not going to press it. 4 to go this time. Up to the cushion. Now Parmalee's got enough of a run. Pulls alongside. That time, Brandon slammed the door on him, getting down into 1 and 2 and made him have to check just a little bit. I think the slider's coming this time, and Parmalee's going to go all the way out, but Brandon kept his foot in it. It's going to be a dogfight for the last 2 laps. Brandon wants to close the season with a victory. The championship is great, but he wants to do it with a victory lap, and now Cody Parmalee clears him on the front stretch at 2 to go. I think that might seal the deal. Parmalee may start to get away right here. Brandon in low. He didn't throw the bomb slider. I thought he might go for that white flag. Bo Brandon's got to do something magical here, and that was not it. Parmalee will sweep the night. Brandon will come home with 2 second places, but he comes home with the hardware. He is the 2024 C champion. Craig Silby with a great recovery. Going to finish on the podium. Barros and Yonke 4 and 5 to close the season. So we close it up with some podium runs from some drivers. Yeah, we just got to get some new cameras for this place. I think that's what we'll go with. We'll wait for Silby to get here and for Parmalee to get here. And we'll talk to Bo Brandon at the end of this deal, but we're just waiting for the drivers to make their way to interviews. There's Craig Silby. Let's grab him. Let's talk to Craig real quick. Craig, you got a copy.
Hey, Roger, how about getting up here and talking to you?
Again, 2 last week with wins. The first show tonight, well, let's not talk about that one because that was ugly. And now you're back on the podium again here, buddy.
Some nights you're lucky, some nights you're not. But, that was a bit of a shame. I didn't like sitting there watching that. That was for sure. But this one, I nearly wrecked it for everybody. Like that wall, I'm sure it just moved out that lap.
Yeah, just jumped right out there. I said if there's any place here at Kern County that is the absolute worst place to hit the fence, you picked it because you picked it right before the opening, and then you get that wall that juts out, and you're lucky to knock the whole front end off the car.
I really have no idea how I landed it. Didn't collect. I don't know if I collected anybody. I hope I didn't. And I kept going, and the thing drove okay. So I managed to drag it back up to the podium. So that was good fun.
Well, an awesome run, man. At the end of the season, you started to pick up some momentum, a couple of wins, another podium, and it might just be a shame that we're going to take any kind of a break, but you've got next week at I-55. I don't know how you feel about that track. I know I've seen you win there before, and going into this mini nationals, kind of what are you feeling about the 2 days of racing next week?
I don't think I'm running that at this stage. So yeah, I wish all the guys the best, But what I would really like to say is congratulations to Bo Brandon because, man, that guy's he's the squirrel. He's not only the bridesmaid, but he's the squirrel because he has been squirreling away points and putting them away, and here he is at the top of the tree. Well done there, man.
Yeah, and he has got a gigantic lead in that Ironman deal. So 2024D, a bunch of you guys are going to have to really, try to get in there and invade his stash and take some points away from him.
Well, we'll give it a red hot go, that's for sure.
And why are you not running in the mini nationals, my friend?
There's a bunch of reasons. Basically, I just really rather not pay to race. So yeah, I paid iRacing enough money already. So I'm just here to have fun. I don't want to get in the way of guys that are doing it for serious. And so yeah, that's mainly the reason.
Okay. Well, we're going to be sad not to see you out there, but we understand completely. Well, give me some shout outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
Thanks again to netcodebrand.com, Netcode Esports, the guys running the show. Look, every time I've managed to get to the podium, which hasn't been that many times this season, has been we just can't congratulate those guys enough for what they do. And I'm really looking forward to next season. The Dirt Racing Network, part of the Digital Sim Sports Network, you guys just make us look so flash on the world stage. And every guy for turning up and racing with us every week. And I just can't say enough. These guys are just so good to race with. Thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you next season.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on finishing up the season pretty strong there. Sad that we're not going to see you at the Mini Nationals, but we'll see you when 2024 D rolls around.
Thanks, mate. The other.
Oh, finish that thought, Craig. You said the other what?
Oh, the exchange rate. Our New Zealand dollar way down here in the bottom of the Pacific, it's worth about half of what your guys' dollar is. So it gets a bit much to try and pay all the time. So we'll turn up another day and.
Well, I'll tell you what we do before you take off tonight. You go down there and get with Josh. I may have a sponsored slot for that next week. Let's go ask Josh at the end of the show tonight. Just go down there and hang out with Josh for a minute, and I'll come in and we'll talk to him about it and see if I don't have a sponsored slot open in that Mini Nationals deal, okay?
Okay, Roger. Thanks, mate. We'll talk soon.
You bet.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
You bet. All right, that's Craig Silby. He finished in the third. I don't know where he went, but okay. There he is. I really wanted to talk to Cody Parmalee about winning both races tonight, but we'll grab Bo while we wait for Cody, and we'll talk to him not only as a back-to-back second-place finisher in tonight's events, but he officially was crowned the champion at the end of the first session. Come out here, the victory lap lasted for a while, my man. That guy, I think he just likes to go stalk you a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if he was playing with his food or not. It was 5 to go, and I was still out front. I'm like, what's taking him so long getting around me? I was definitely trying my hardest. I was making my car as wide as I could possibly get it, and so I definitely pinched him a couple times. Didn't mean to. He had a bigger run than I thought he was going to get, and I got to make him earn it, But truth be told, I wouldn't have the championship if he was running every week, or even if Brennan Rogers was running every week. I mean, those guys are just they're a class above us all. So, it's kind of crazy. I don't know how many wins Cody got this year in this season, but the fact that he didn't show up one extra week is all I could really do. That's the only reason I got the championship. So it feels like it deserves. I'm happy about it. Don't get me wrong, but there's definitely a little asterisk next to my name on that one. So, but I guess that's how point racing goes. You got to show up every chance you can, and do as well as you can. So I don't know how many times I got a podium to Cody or even Brennan, but it was a lot of podiums to those guys.
Well, I think it was 14 for the season, but we got Cody in the channel now, so let's ask him. The Jaws music was playing, and I kind of have to ask him the same thing. You thought was he just playing with his food? Cody at 5 to go, Brandon was still out front right there. He was kind of curious if you were just trying to set him up different.
I was just waiting for a mistake, basically, and I was trying to see where he was fast and slow at. That's pretty much it.
So yeah, you were stalking me a little bit. Gotcha.
Kind of.
Yeah. Do the swim by and the quick turn to see what you're going to do, and then next time going to swim by and just brush you a little bit and see if you react. And the next time I'm just going to chomp you, and that's going to be that. And we were watching it from up here, and I kept thinking, dun 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 dun. He's going to do it eventually.
Yeah.
I was
great.
following him pretty much the whole time.
Well, it was great racing.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it was great racing nonetheless. It's always fun to watch all you really fast guys get in there and do the thing. And I got to ask, I know Craig went out and went super slow in qualifying because he wanted to go through the B main and get the extra laps. Did you just miss it in qualifying, Cody?
No, I was just going slow. I just wanted to do the extra laps in that B main thing.
I got you.
I
got
should have
you.
done the same, but I had to go to the bathroom pretty bad, so I just wanted to go, get my qualifying done and lock in, and then I could go to the bathroom.
Well, that's awesome. Well, man, I think
Maybe
that's
next
like
time.
win numbers 8 and 9 tonight, I think, for you, Cody. And, Bo was talking about it, and he said, if you could have been here for the whole season, it might have been a different story. And if Brennan would have been here, the championship might have been a little different story. Knowing you came in 89 down to start things off, we needed a little bigger field to make this interesting, especially with that scoring glitch in the first race. Bigger field and anything could have happened, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know if I would have caught him, to be honest. They were too far gone.
Well, I'm going to congratulate
I was
you.
surprised I was even in second.
Well, I'm going to congratulate you real quick on your win in both races tonight, man, and tell you that we're looking forward to seeing you in the Mini Nationals here in a little bit. Give us some shout-outs before we let you go and we talk to the champ about the title.
I'd like to shout out you, the Racing Network, and Josh for putting on the show.
All right, man. Well, I'll see you next Wednesday and Thursday night, sir. Congrats on sweeping tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Cody Pomerly picking up the win, and now we'll go back and talk to Bo. Bo, long season, and we know you were big picture racing all season long. The title was the big thing, the Ironman title. But a steady progression of podium finishes, and, when the guy leading the points disappears, there you are, and now you're going to get all the hardware.
Yeah, that's a little bonus. Yeah, the Ironman has been my goal, since this time last season. I'm gonna actually miss my first race, maybe two, in a couple of weeks when the 24D season starts. I'll definitely miss the first week of that, maybe the second week. We'll see how my schedule goes, but we'll still be here for Mini Nationals. There's some show up points for that in the Ironman, and then the rest of the D season, I'll be here. Because that's what I'm chasing down, and if I can keep getting, how many podiums, 13, whatever podiums,
yeah.
that's gonna seal the deal. Because I have a pretty sizable lead at this point. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's probably in like that 200 point range. Yeah, and that might not count these races tonight. So,
no.
There's a long way to go for somebody to come in and try to take that away from me, and so I just got to keep it consistent and not race for the win. Even tonight I could have slid Cody really hard going for the win, but that's just not the kind of driver I want to be known for, and B, I'm chasing a bigger goal than the weekly win. So props to Cody. He's just really stinking fast, and it's really frustrating sometimes when he's just back there waiting on me for that 2 to go or something like that. But man, he's just really good. He could gap the whole field if he really wanted to, and I'll get him one day. I know I'll get him one day, but he's making me a better driver. Him and Brennan when he's here too. They really show you how to get around these places, and I think it raises the competition all the way. So really excited for season 24D to kick off. Mini Nationals is going to be great. I've seen the driver list. It's not a lot of guys that run here regularly, but it is a group of killers that are coming in, and I'll be lucky to finish in the top 10 with those guys. So it's next week is going to be awesome, and it's for a great cause. So can't wait. We could always use a few more signups if you're interested in trying out the league and trying out what we got going on here at Netcode Esports. This is a great opportunity to get involved. I think signups are still available for season 24D. Come on out. It's we race hard. We race pretty clean most of the time, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fast guys here.
All right, man. That's mininationals.netcodeesports.com to register for the Mini Nationals next Wednesday night and Thursday night. Bo, congratulations, my man. It's always
Thank you.
fun. I love having you in the booth to interview. This season we got to do it a lot because of all of those podium finishes. Now for the season title, and would say it's a foregone conclusion. But if you're going to miss a couple of races, you never know. That could be the week when Josh Gerlach or Billy Barrows step up and start winning races, and then it could be a dogfight the rest of the way out.
Yeah, it's true. That's very true. I mean, we do get a couple drop races that don't count towards points, and so I'm kind of banking on that. I don't think I've missed a single race so far. Maybe one week I've missed, but that's going to be 2 or 4 races that I'm going to miss, and that's quite a bit of the drop races. So I got to come back on my game, and I got to make sure that I don't give it all away. So yeah. It's very true. It could totally change if somebody has some good luck. I'm not sure who's sitting in second. Maybe Craig or Josh or somebody like that.
I think it's Josh
they
and
could
then
have a
Billy.
great week. Oh yeah, well they could. Yeah, those guys are fast. They they could totally make up some big ground, and then it's a dogfight again, like you said. So
last season was 1 point, right?
we'll
Last year's was 1 point at the end of the night, right?
Yeah, something like the one or 2 points at the end of an Ironman series, which is just insane. Yeah. And man, I'm hoping it's well in hand going into the last week. That's my goal. So kind of like this week, Cody had a lot to do, and honestly, there probably just wasn't quite enough cars tonight for him to do anything about it. So that's sometimes what it takes to win a points championship, and just I've been very consistent and fortunate and pretty lucky. When the bad luck strikes, I'm still able to recover, and when the good luck is there, I'm able to capitalize on that. So anyway, is it time for me to name off my sponsors?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And my thank yous? All right.
Yep.
Well, it's Varix. Yeah, here's the script. Let me read it. It's Varix.com for all your e-commerce needs. It's mighty good marketing. Again, thanks so much to you, Roger, for broadcasting all season long. Thanks to Josh, Billy, and Robert for putting on such a great show week in and week out. Like to thank my wife and my parents. Get well soon, Mom. And it feels pretty dang good to be a champion. It's been a long time coming for me. I've been racing here for like 2 years now, and it's felt like I've knocked on the door several times, but just not quite gotten there. So even though I feel like there's an asterisk on my name, I'm still pretty happy tonight.
A win is a win is a win, and you take the titles where you can get them. It doesn't matter how you got there, man. Congrats again. I will look forward to seeing you next week at the Minis.
Thanks, Roger. See you then.
Bo Brannon, 2024 season champion. Been a long time coming. Glad he has gotten that under his belt. Maybe he can breathe a little sigh of relief. And then that Ironman is his next goal, and we'll see when he gets back to it in 2024D, where he stacks up, as some of the points are bound to shuffle around a little bit. So, we did not take a look at the standings after the first session, and that's 100% on me. But we will take a look here. Parmley, Brandon, Silby, 1, 2, 3 in session 2. Barros, Yankee, Broshark, Gregorian, and Gerlach. Rounding things out. Everybody was on the lead lap, 6.5 seconds, first to last. So, another season of the Mighty Midgets in the book. I think we've been here for pretty much all of them. It has been a long time. They are a Thursday night staple here, and it is a blast to cover these guys. They're a lot of fun. And all the drivers, so gracious and so much fun to talk to. It's great to have all of them at any time in the booth, even if sometimes it takes them a while to get back up here. We're going to be back with them next week, both Wednesday and Thursday night for the Mini Nationals. Make sure you go register if you want to race with us. mininationals.netcodeesports.com. There's also a link, and we will bump that post as soon as we finish up broadcasting tonight so it gets back to the top, and you can go to the Dirt Racing Network on Facebook and follow the links to get registered. I think we're doing 6 or 7 guys we're going to help put in there. A lot of the top tier guys we're bringing in, some guys from outside we're going to bring in, and see if a DRN guy can pick up the win in the Mini Nationals. We will be back Tuesday night for ERA. And then, like I said, Wednesday and Thursday back here for these guys. I appreciate everybody being here. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. With all the great leagues giving you fantastic racing like you saw again here tonight with the Mighty Midget Series. There's nothing for us to cover. Everybody gets a pat on the back. Till we see you all the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Rough side faces down at all times. And you gotta keep it